All right, stats. Welcome to a little calculator help video here. I have in my possession several of these TI-30XS multi-views. I've talked about these in previous videos. These are ones to get $15 on Amazon. The reason why you want to get it is for stats and calculus. Also, this right here, data. See if you hit second data, you get into the stat function. It lets you do it gives you important statistics. All right, so first off, what I wanted to show you, because this is going to happen right away in chapter 2, so within the first week you're going to have to do this on your own and on a quiz or exam, and I would think those are going to happen Fridays now, no matter what, via Google Meet session. We'll talk about that later, but you're gonna have to know how to do that. Okay, I can't remove it. I don't know if you guys will be able to borrow my calculators or whatnot. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge. I do have these that I can loan out for a while. I could probably loan out my graphic calculators. I don't know. Thing is, the other classes uses them, so I do have, I think, about 7 of these. Anyway, if you can get this in the next 3 weeks, please do. TI-30XS looks like this. Folks, here's what we're going to do. So first off, we're going to type in these 10 numbers here, 7, 13, 9, 22, ... all the way to 12. I wanted to check it. X bar should be 14.6, but I want to show you how we can get the sample mean and sample standard deviation, especially if we have decimals. So what you're going to do is you hit that data button. Then, I don't know if you can see, but it says list 1, list 2, okay? So first off, we just hit that delete button. What's the delete button? The delete button's right here, okay? This is probably not the best tripod for this, but we'll be all right. Then I just hit the delete button here, and then, so the thing is, my scientific graphic calculators here, the TI-84s, have 6 lists. This only has 3, but that is okay. So I type in 17, I hit enter. You guys know the deal. Anyway, come over here. How am I going to show this? This is great. You know, we have that fine editing on Yak Math videos. Anyway, going to type in these numbers: 17, 13, 9, enter, 22, enter, 10, enter, 11, enter, 14, enter, 21, enter, 17, enter, and 12. Enter. All right, we can see where it says list 1, 11. It's waiting for the 11th one. There will be no 11th one. Then I'm going to hit second mode, just like I would do on the TI-84. Took honors algebra 2 or algebra 2 with me, this should be no big deal. Now I want to figure out what X bar is and the standard deviation, the sample mean and the standard deviation. So I hit second data, that is stats, and I want one variable, statistics, one var stats. I hit enter. Now I've played around with this. Where do you want this data from? The data is from list 1, and you do want that frequency 1. Don't do list 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I want list 1, frequency 1 there, and then I want to hit calc. When I hit calc, what do we got here? So there were 10 in my sample. Good. X bar is 14.6. Yes. We already checked that from before. X bar is 14.6. Now you have this, all right? So number 3 is for the sample standard deviation. Number 4 is for the population standard deviation. Sample standard deviation will always be a little bit more because you're dividing by n minus 1 and not n, so the denominator is smaller, which means you'll get a bigger number. We're going to treat everything as a sample, okay? So your sample standard deviation would be 4.50. We round that to the nearest 2 decimals, nearest hundredth. So I would report X bar is 14.60, and I would say the sample standard deviation is 4.50. And that's it. Those are the 2 things we need from this calculator. That is great. Getting X bar by hand is great. Getting the sample standard deviation by hand is not great. All right, second thing we're going to do here is we're going to talk about linear regression. This is chapter 4 and 5. All right, so this is where the calculator comes. You definitely need the calculator for this. All right, big time. So I'll be good. I won't make it to where we need more than 3 lists. So what you're going to do on this one first off is go into data. All right, so we need here to use list 1 and 2. what I'm going to do is delete everything in list 1, and you really type everything in list by list. So I'm going to type everything into list 1 there really quick. We got 7 enter, 5 enter, 4 enter, 10 enter, 2 enter, 1 enter, 3, 12, 8, 9, 15, 7, 5, 21, and 2. These are the number of absences this student has in a certain college class. Okay, so we'd expect the more times they miss, the lower the grade is. So list 2 is for the grades. So the 83 has to go with the 7 because the student that missed 7 days got an 83 in class. All right, 92, 80, 97, 90. Let's say I made a mistake and I typed in 99 when I wanted to type in 98. All I got to do is go up 1 and then type in 98, and that works on both calculators. All right. Person that missed 3 got a 94. I can always check. 74, 81, 90. Not, oh, see, I made a mistake there. Should be 81 and then 80. Okay, always make sure, because you're either fully right or you're wrong. So you gotta make sure you type in exactly. Now, here's the problem. Notice how I've forgotten that last one. And if I try to do linear regression, it would tell me error. Okay, so I would need to make sure to type in that last one, which is a 96. If I made a mistake and somehow had an extra one in list 2, I would need to clarify, or I would need to get rid of that. It's got to match up. Got to have the same number in list 1 as you do in list 2. Great. All right, so I hit second mode. I quit out of that, and I went the linear regression equation. So here you can, in the TI-84, you hit, hit second stat. You hit stat, and it's like somewhere in there it's math. I think it's math 4 in there. Anyway, I can't tell you because Elsie, my lovely daughter, somehow broke my calculator. My TI-84 Plus is no longer working. So can't tell you how that works on that one. Anyway, gonna hit second stat, and I want 2 variable statistics. I'm working with X and Y here. Okay, so I hit 2 var stats. Now, what do I want? So it literally asks you, X data is X data in list 1. Yeah, we always usually put X data in list 1. It might change for your baseball project. Y data is in list 2, correct? I hit calc. Now, the first few things I don't really care about, there are 15 in each, great. X bar is 7.4, there's its sample standard deviation. Y bar is 83.4, I don't really care about that. The sum of the y's, sum of the x squareds, you don't care about that currently. I do want this though. A is for the slope. It has a negative slope. Why does it have a negative slope? Well, the more days you miss, the lower your grade's gonna go. Okay, so my slope is at negative, basically negative 2.52. And then what else do I have here? B is my y-intercept, 102.03. And then lastly, what I really care about is my correlation coefficient. We'll talk about that when it's time to learn. Anyway, R is a negative 0.995. We would round to the 3 decimals later on. Okay, all linear regression equations for the most part are written as y equals ax plus b. So my linear regression equation would be y equals negative 2.52 x plus 102.03, and I'll describe what that means more when we actually learn it. But this is how you type everything into your calc. And honestly, we are good to go. This calculator also, later on, I think to start the second semester, we'll need this right here, PRB, and you have number 3 factorials. You have combinations. We need both of those, and we'll be good to go. Folks, this calculator can do everything you need, I believe, for stats. Anyway, this is Yak Math Videos signing out.